Hello and welcome to Treflach Farm. My name's Ian Steele and I'm the fourth generation farmer of my family to be here, to be lucky enough to farm the ground outside Oswestry in the hills on the North Wales border of Treflach. With me today is the wonderful Steve Jones from Sector 39, a local permaculturalist and a tutor, a mentor to me and a great friend of the farm. We've been working together for a few years now. Steve introduced me to the concept of permaculture, and we've been working together collaboratively on a number of projects, both here on the farm and on other sites as well. But specifically today, we're here to talk about, well, essentially the pigs, their role within the farm, and how we use them in different ways to obtain different yields and to make the ground, or to increase the productivity of the ground, increase the nutrient density of the food we grow, and to also to give the pigs a happy and fulfilled life.
And also to add, Ian, and thanks so much to be here. Just great to be here and to have these conversations. And just to remind you, it is 11 years since we have begun working together. So, so we've seen evolution happen in that time.
Absolutely.
But you've also specifically been asked about how COVID's affected the business. I think that was part of the question that we were addressing. And that there's, within everything, there is definitely a growing interest in, should you say, nature-friendly farming?
Yeah, regenerative farming, or a general interest in where food is coming from.
Yeah.
I've noticed that because when we first started, if you remember, I used to supply a large number of shops and delis and cafes and pubs and restaurants down in London in the southeast. And we grew the business, trying to grow it as sustainably as possible. But we did grow it, and we grew it quite successfully for over a number of years, and eventually had about 6 vans and driving all over the country and predominantly down to London and the southeast, because it's a different country down there. They've got the disposable income to be able to pay the premium for high quality, animal friendly farmed meat and meat products. But over the COVID times, especially in the first lockdown, a lot of our wholesale customers, Sandy in the background.
It's a BBC sound effects record.
Absolutely, to play it over the top. We found that a lot of our customers, they struggled, and we had to change our business model to adapt. Again, and we went back to fundamentals, and we used permaculture to focus on what worked and to do more of that, but also to look for new opportunities as well.
Because you were supplying us on the A5, was it Rig Farm, was it called?
That's right, in Corwin.
There's a lot of tourists going through there, but obviously
suddenly stopped. And we know, and further field as well, down the southeast, and that was the real problem, because our business was focused on that wholesale business that was further away from the farm.
Right.
What we've done, we've rebalanced the business now, and actually we supply a lot closer to the farm, so we reduce those food miles, no bad thing, and we've reduced our overheads, no bad thing. But we've been able to do that because of a larger interest in high quality, welfare friendly food locally that we just didn't find when we first started the business. And so we grew in the direction of the southeast because that's where the disposable income was. But actually COVID has rebalanced the situation, and we have been able to find new customers and retail customers, not just wholesale customers, retail customers who are coming directly to the farm, either click and collecting over the website or coming to our monthly farmers markets on the last Sunday of the month to actually view how we produce food and then purchase it and take it home directly from the farm.
So now you name check permaculture, right? So I feel, and that's sort of what my kind of role
obliged
is.
to talk about it. It's in role.
Say something about that. So what is that, and what does that mean in farming and so forth? How does that translate out? So, and that's interesting because all of those years ago, 2010, we came here and we began a conversation. And actually, we created a 25-year timeline to think about what food and farming and energy and transport and housing and all those sort of things would look like as we move into, let's say, a more, we move away from an energy-intensive
post-industrial landscape of food production.
Which is where we're heading, you know. We have a climate crisis unfolding around us. And we started this conversation a long time ago. So permaculture is about modelling on nature and understanding if that's our best, example, best model for regenerative, long-term, stable systems is nature. what is it that we learn when we study nature? And there's two things really, is that we discover that everything's connected to everything else, and that nature banks on diversity and many, many different species operating together to create complex ecosystems. Which is kind of what you've managed to do.
So
that's been the journey of the farm, right?
So
you're not just a pig business.
We're not just a pig business, and that is the crux of it, isn't it? It's basically, on Treflach farm, we're a small-scale, mixed family farm. So we've got beef cattle, we've got outdoor pigs, we've got chickens stuck in the background, we've got ducks, and essentially we also farm people, because through our therapeutic projects running on the farm, horticultural therapy and basic skills training for young adults with learning difficulties, physical disabilities, behavioural issues, adults with mental health issues. We're engaging with the local community, and we're teaching them about where food comes from, and we're feeding them nutritious, good quality, healthy food on a daily basis. So we're practicing what we preach.
So it's a diverse but interconnected business model. And the other thing that we notice about when we observe nature is it's built on relationships, active, two-way, mutually beneficial relationships.
And that's with the soil, that's with the plants, that's with the animals, and that's with the community.
And with the community around us. And the conversation that we again started all those years ago was, how do we build stronger relationships actually with the immediate community around? And that's where you've done the people farming, the education, on-farm visits, the shops.
The camping and glamping. Have a look at the website, loads more information, and we'll talk more again.
And just about permaculture is a global phenomenon, really, a global conversation of people asking, how do we team up with nature? How do we move collectively in this direction?
If you want any more information about permaculture and Sector 39 specifically, just Google Sector 39 or follow the links on the Treflach Farm website. All the W's, treflachfarm.co.uk, and we'll see you again.